So we're going to make two separate dinners tonight. One is, hi, Jenny. Hi, Tommy. We are making one with beans for Ben and Catherine. Also, clean the fridge. Hi, Starlet. Hi, Price. Clean the fridge from some veggies that I want to use. And the other one is for me. It's going to be bell peppers and celery. But then there's sausages. So you can make this with vegan sausages, though. I went to Italy and I got bread there and I have sausages. And so these are a handful, actually, of these were fresh beans that Ben and Catherine actually shelled. Shell, you shell a bean? Yeah, you shell a bean. And then because I didn't have the time at that time to make them, I froze them. And then I saw them overnight. And so now these are like fresh beans. So they don't really need to be soaked. But if you buy dry beans, you have to soak them. Also, I realized that I don't have a pressure cooker anymore. I looked for it so much yesterday. And then I realized that when my mom was here, actually, it was probably last year, it broke. So in need of a pressure cooker. And actually, I would like to hear from you. Do I need a pressure cooker? Like, clearly, I haven't used that now for a year because I don't really make beans as often as I used to when I ate them. A little selfish, but do you have a pressure cooker? Do you use it? Should I get one? Beans. My Monday has been quite hell, but just because of car problems and little annoyances, but also beautiful because I recorded a great episode of the podcast with Alice. And you love your Instapot. I use it all the time. What do you make on your Instapot, Catherine? And Jenny, how was your Monday? So what I'm going to do here, just the olive oil. And I'm just going to olive oil. Then I have some tomato sauce that I want to use because I made sauce the other day. I use it to cook bean soup, make yogurt. I also use this slow cook feature. Make yogurt? Okay, tell me more. You make yogurt with your Instapot. See, that's a whole world to me. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to do a base of celery and carrot and herbs for the beans. Then we'll figure out my dinner. I don't have a pressure cooker. I haven't used one. Open to hearing about them. I also had a very hectic and frustrating Monday. I'm sorry to say, car problems for me too, and I'm sorry for yours. You know what's crazy? Really, will never recommend an Audi. My car was being recalled an endless amount of times since I leased it. And then I've been having so many issues. And then now this brand new recall is because the battery can explode explode and overheat. And not only they really not going to fix it, they're going to put a software in it that just tells me if things are going well. I hate it. Can't wait for the lease to be over. Yogurt, very easy. If you have extra milk to use up, it works great. Just need a little bit of existing plain yogurt to get it started. I'll look into it. I also had a very hectic first day. Okay, I make dog food and simple meals. Hi, Kathleen. That's interesting. So you don't really need a yogurt machine to make yogurt. I buy yogurt. So here I'm just gonna dice the carrots. Size doesn't matter. So I'm gonna do small because it's gonna cook faster, but now the beans are gonna have to cook for at least an hour. So hi, how are you? By the way, there is a brand new podcast out today. What is today? Oh, Catherine and Alice and I pulled cards from a tarot deck. No need for a yogurt machine if you have an Instapot slow cooker. That's amazing. Catherine, thank you. Many, many years ago, my dad bought a brand new Audi and the engine blew up the first week he had. Yeah, that's horrible. And I've been leasing the same car, newer models for the past 10 years. And I have to say that with time, it's gotten worse and worse. And this last time was awful service. One day, they there was a recall. I don't even remember what it was for, and they technically did not have a loaner car, so they sent me into a rental. Which okay, I'll take it. They gave me a way on, and not because of it's not to be privileged, but they gave me a car that was absolutely not equivalent to the one that I had and that I paid for. And the car started smoking and the engine started um is this say smoking? No, it got overheated or whatever, but I was on the freeway after just a few miles. I had to stop on the freeway. I had to call Audi. They sent someone to pick me up with an Audi. And this person drove me to my house and left me with the car that they clearly had from the beginning of equal kind to the one that I leased. And I left me at my house with the new car, with the loaner, and took an Uber to go back to the dealership, which already tells me you just told me you didn't have a car. Flaming. Thank God your dad was okay. Yes. First, you told me you don't have a car. Then clearly you have it. Yeah, I am. Yeah, definitely not recommend Audi. So long for German engines. Just a little bit of resentment today. Let's get it out of the way so we can have pleasant evening. I washed this, but clearly not that well. You've been in an Audi all day today. Glad you're alive. Um, I have 10 more months of lease, so I'll have to deal with it. What else? I mean, you guys, the world is crazy. I don't know what to say about what comes out of the White House every day. I'm hoping that they're going to implode. But so yeah, beautiful tarot card episode with Allison. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you email us, we're going to have 25th anniversary with your emails. So it's going to be cool. Bay leaf. Now let's play with some herbs. Um, I had a first tonight, a fire in my oven. I was broiling fish, resting on rosemary stems, and it caught fire. Wow, pretty scary, but it turned off the broiler and kept the oven door closed, and eventually the fire went off. Wow. My God, that must be so scary, Catherine. Do you guys have a blanket? I keep seeing this ad for a fire blanket because, people say it's true that we have um, fire extinguishers, but how many of us do actually know how to use it if there is a fire? And so I've been seeing the ad for this blanket to extinguish small home fires. I don't know. Have you ever heard of it? Do you have it? Do you know how to use a fire extinguisher? You have one, Price. Would you send me the link, Price, to the one that you have? Because I'm sure that after this live, I will receive so many ads for those. My first car was on an Opel GT, and we were on our way to a wedding when it went boom through a rod, and we were all dressed up and stuck waiting for the tow truck. That's so awful. Here's the thing. We have a fire blanket, and I went to grab it, but it wasn't hanging in the hook where I kept it. Hey, Lou. Oh, man. In terms of herbs, by the way, I have thyme, I have rosemary, I have bay leaf, I have some chives. They're going to act in lieu of, look at my language skills. There's a piece of carrot. No, celery. Could I finish a sentence before starting a new one? Just when I could abuse it. Lesson learned. I have a fire extinguisher, but I don't know how to use it exactly. That's what happens here. Hi, Lou. So yeah, and in lieu of so I wanted to show, and I spit something, didn't finish a sentence, I still haven't finished it. In lieu of onions, chives, Now, I usually would put these herbs all in a one of those disposable what or tea bags. I don't have it, so I'm just gonna cut these herbs like this. Catherine, did your oven fire go out on its own? Hi, Susan. Okay, now just gonna add the herbs. So I'm just gonna start a little bit of a stir fry here of these herbs. Then we're gonna add some white wine and then add the beans and then add the water. So basically, with these beans, what I'm doing is a very simple cooking. What is it? What are you going to do with the beans, Alice? I love all kind of beans, and okay. So with these, I'm just going to stew them. Thank you, Susan. I'm just going to stew these with the herbs. I'm going to saute the herbs first, then just glaze with some white wine. Add the beans, add the water, and then I'm going to add some of this tomato sauce just because I have it. I used it the other day to make pasta with Catherine and her friend, but you don't have to. And let me add an extra carrot. And what else? Then I have some sausage that I'm going to add. I don't know. You don't have to add sausage. I have this sausage from the Italian store and I wanted to try them. First time on my to-do list for tomorrow, find the fire blanket. Yeah, Bryce, if you send me the link to yours or send it to all of us in the chat, that would be great. So we're going to start by just sauteing these. I'm just going to grab them with white wine. I also like to glaze with marsala, by the way, even for the beans. In some marsala, if you have some marsala wine, I removed what caught fire from the oven and threw it in the sink, then drenched it. Very scary, smoky, I bet. So these are the beans. Yesterday I made a call. I made what I call full fiesta soup with chicken, sausage, Brussels sprouts, corn, and sweet potatoes. Oh, like it. I will check when I go home. I'm in Florida. First price, no worries. Also, I'm going to add some butternut squash at the very end. I cooked it yesterday with some kale and leg meatballs. So now, obviously, you do eat sausage. These are already proteins. I follow. And chicken broth. Yes. Love it. Love the idea. But I had the sausage. You can use vegan sausage. You can use no sausage at all. Really, whatever you have. These meals that I make are really whatever I have and I have to use. You know, that's why you made corn chowder for the first time yesterday. It turned out pretty tasty. I love corn chowder. What I'm going to make for me actually is, if I can get the skillet, I'm not even going to get the nice stainless steel. I love stainless steel. I'm going to get this. Hey, Michelle, are you in War Rage, Portland? Hi, Michelle. So I'm going to use this for my bell peppers. So for me, to tell you how really random this thing is, it's going to be sauteed bell peppers. Okay, so I'm just going to glaze with some wine. The beans. Now, obviously, the beautiful scent here is the rosemary and the thyme. War ravaged Portland. That's crazy. Yes. Hey, Bill. Bill, were you here last week? You were. I think Michelle is not in Portland, but Oregonian. Is that what you say, Oregonian? Yeah. We in California too. Stay tuned for my newsletter tomorrow. I talk about many things, but I talk about this. I mentioned this. So newsletter tomorrow. Farming the beans. I'm just gonna let them take the flavor here, and then we're going to add the water and cover and cook. No salt. Beans, you always salt them at the ends. Now, these are thawed. They were fresh. So I'm curious to see what will happen to these. And I know what will happen actually, but how long will it take? So I'm just going to add some water, or you can have rolls. But there's celery and carrots. I'm going to add some water. Now you have the tomato sauce. Or you know what? Let me add a tablespoon of it. You're 30 miles. Let me say, wait, Bill, I need to read what you said. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to add 2 tablespoons of the tomato sauce. I'm actually not adding anything more than this. So I'm going to lower the heat and let it cook. Now, bell peppers, the fun part. Bill, let me see. I ate something, came down with, I think, food poisoning. Oh, I'm sorry, Bill. Food poisoning is just so bad. Okay, here's the skillet where we're going to put 24 hours. That's what people say with the, yeah. Where is the new apartment price? And also, listen, Catherine, you emailed me. First of all, very excited for you two both. And thank you for emailing me about class. Yeah, class, by the way. So just chopping the carrots. Class is going to be on last Wednesday of October. And we're going to make this alpine, beautiful bread. Oh, speaking of, see, I don't know. My brain works in some weird ways. So I said dark rye. I did cut my hair, Bill. So rye, but I think that you could also use a nice, like a dark whole wheat. That's probably what I'm going to use. I mean, if you like rye, I think the rye with chocolate is beautiful. Thank you, Bill. Rye with chocolate is beautiful. It almost reminds me of chocolate with stout. But it's good quality whole wheat bread, I think would be amazing. So whatever you find, just make sure if you can that the bread is a good bread. The quality of the bread is everything. And I will remind you the night before, the bread has to soak in milk for overnight. So I will remind you the night before. Exactly, Jenny. We don't need help. We are fine. Yes, I know. Dark cry, pumpernickel. Susan, pumpernickel, amazing. Pumpernickel, I think would be amazing. If you like those flavors, yes. Or whole wheat. But I think pumpernickel actually makes this. It's not what I ate it with, but I think it would make it so much fun. So I may get that. Or, you can get a mix of half pumpernickel and half whole wheat. I think that you can really play with the bread. This is not going to be a super sweet cake. And I will give you savory options as well. But it's one of my favorite cakes when I go there. It's like this very rustic, healthy bread. Just another very creative way of using bread, which I love. I actually think it's really brilliant, Susan. Mixing the bread. Let's try. It would be impossible to find the bread that I use. Can we have this hour free of? I know, Paul, free of orange fascist. You know, you're right. You're right, Paul. You know, I know, only know. Oof, I'm confusing. So I'm gonna make extra bell peppers because I'm gonna eat them tomorrow as well. Price, you're going to any of the Yankees Red Sox playoff games. So yes, mix it. I would say that yeah, you don't. I'm never gonna get the same exact flavor. Um, Hi, Michelle's husband. Can you remind me what's his name, Michelle? I can't. I will not replicate the exact flavor that I had in Valdosta, but we can make it ours, and I look forward to making ours with you. It's gonna be really, really fun. When I cook bell peppers, I always try to get three different colors. I think you also eat with your eyes. It's pretty. And I think these are going to be kind of the last bell peppers of the season. Maybe I'll get one more this Wednesday. I'm trying to go to farmer's market. Seeing the doctor from my hip. I know that I'm young, but I've had, it's in the family, and I've had early arthritis in my hands. And I'm afraid what's happening on my hip is arthritis. Hey, Patricia. We are making Greg. Hi, Greg. Patricia, we're making beans for Ben and Catherine, stewed beans for Ben and Catherine. And for me, that I can't eat beans, we are having bell peppers sauteed with celery and carrots. Nothing really fancy, but that's what I was saying, earlier about we're talking about what we were talking about beans or adding sausages or not. Whatever you have handy, you know. When bell peppers are in seasons, are so good. I watched football all day yesterday, starting with the Pittsburgh Steelers 9:30, followed by the Buffalo Bills. New York Giants game wasn't broadcast in my area, but they won as did the Steelers and the Bills. My favorite teams. I'm so happy for you, Jenny. Ben and I started watching the British baking show. That show is such a infusion of goodness. What type of flour for the bread cake? There's no flour, Susan. It's only bread. Did you receive the ingredients? I'll send them again. It's only bread. It's bread, cocoa, chocolate, nuts, and dried fruits. I know. Eggs, butter, milk. That's what I love about this cake. Lots of vitamin C. Yes. Michelle, you have my sympathies. I left Mr. New Knee because I haven't had a good night's sleep in 3 weeks. Hi, Heather and Joe. Hi, guys. Yeah, we started watching the British baking show. And that show is just the people in that show are so kind and genuine. And they're competing for cake, not for money. For cake and a stand. Yeah, no flour. It's interesting, right? Yeah, there's the British baking show is really unique. Kathy and I like to watch the Halloween baking show on the Food Network. I don't love the Food Network these days. It's too many competitions and not really learning. But there's a different vibe. The British, I don't know, it really makes you happy. So we started watching the second season of The White Lotus, the one in Sicily. But I wasn't in the mood. And I was in the mood for something brighter and happier. So we watched one episode of Phil Rosenthal and then the British baking show. But we just started, so no spoiler alert, please. I'm actually going to have to unfollow Paul Hollywood and just for the time being so that I don't see who wins. Kathy loves the Halloween one because she loves the Grinch, but she loves the Halloween one because of all the gore, like on the bloody heart. There's one when they have a gallbladder and they have to have surgery on it to eat the pie. He needs other done dessert has hard wearing boot feet. Should be a bionic man. Wasn't the sourdough starter saved after the 1906 earthquake? Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting, Michelle. What they use in this mountain town where I grew up is this mix. Is that they're very traditional mix of rye and wheat. It's like a very specific mix of wheat that they use. That is it's called their dark bread. In Italian, it's called pane scuro, pane nero, black bread. That's how it's called, pane nero. But it's not quite the same rye that we have. That's why I think that a mix, I'm going to send out an email to those who are participating in the class, a mix of either rye or pumpernickel and whole wheat. I think is the best. I think it's the best mix so that you don't have the too strong flavor of rye. Oh, that's a lot of peppers. We're just going to stir them. Just going to stir the beans in a second. I'll show you what they have become. Not take you closer to sauteing this. Here, I'm just going to add some thyme. How's your mom, Bill? Yes. And how's your mom, Lou? And how's your father, Elizabeth? I mean, you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. Just know that I'm thinking of you and that I remember. Here, at my herbs are just going to be like this. Look at the colors. Last colors of summer. Parsley. And a bit more basil. Okay. All right. Also, I usually, I know this can be gross, but I usually don't wash the herbs when they come from my garden. Today I washed them, and I should always wash them. It's a blessing that I have never gotten sick. Yes, the sourdough survived a 1906 earthquake and fire. Potrero Hill is where people fled. I watched the Ryder Cup and thought it was really interesting. Never really knew how golf was played. You enjoyed watching some of it. Oh, that's amazing. I never really understood golf. However, today, if you saw on Instagram, I posted, I'm going to post it on South, I guess, yeah. I drove past the golf course and there was this family of deers. I've never seen so many. I'm so glad, Liz. I'm so glad, Liz, and I'm so glad, Bill, and I'm so glad, Lou. Just now I'm thinking of you. I'll take you closer to me now. A whole family of deers. I've never seen so many. And I started seeing cars that were by the side of the street, and I wonder why, what was happening. And that's what was happening. They were all just looking at the beautiful deers. I mean, look at these colors. It just make you want happy just looking at it. Right? Now let's use another spoon so the mister. Hi, Melissa. So the mister doesn't get the. We can talk about it. He had bleeding ulcers, but he's recovered. His GI doc said most people his age would not have survived. It's amazing. These are the beans, by the way. Now I'm going to just put this here for a second. Mix it. Mix it, just stir, not mix it. This. So thank you, Melissa. They're really a way of eating healthy. I don't know why there's some sage here, but there's some sage. And also, I try to not really do takeout. It's like, yeah, it's like a fiesta. I try not to do takeout too often for several reasons. Health, the quality, I have so much produce. Why do I keep my money ordering out? Yeah, sometimes it's nice, but I try not to. So what I do, and I'm also doing this thing where I don't buy anything until the fridge is empty. So I get to the I usually do my markets on Wednesday. So I get at the end of the week, my tomorrow, it's gonna be time to go buy some produce. Not really, but I mean, it can't eat anything that is like crunchy or that can injure his tongue. Spices are so. Um, you can't eat things like spaghetti because it's hard to chew. He had to relearn how to chew. He had to relearn how to swallow. Same for making lots of deer and bear. And the other day, huge flock of turkeys were in my yard. Wow. My parents often get them in the backyard. That's beautiful. Michelle, love the family of deer you for this morning. Yeah, they're not afraid. Rebecca, hi. Yeah, they're not afraid at all. And people are so respectful. Now, in terms of watching what he eats, no, but she really hates bell peppers, and they happen to be one of my very favorite food. We have mountain lions too. I noticed some neighbors had them in their terrace. They saw them in the camera, but because I live by the far, so but I've never seen them. Coyote, skunks, lots of skunks. Thank you for joining, Rebecca from a train. Um, I wanted to ask you where are you going, but yeah, you shouldn't tell us where you're going. That's a great strategy, Alice. Emptying the fridge before buying more. I'm trying to cut down on food waste, but it's always a challenge for me. It is a challenge for me too. Sorry, because when I go to the store, I just want to buy stuff and try stuff. But I'm doing this with a lot of things. I'm doing this with with food first of all. Welcome back to Chicago. Um, from Chicago. You were in Chicago. Um, with food, I really want to be mindful of how much I buy, and also then I want to be creative how I cook it. And even in the freezer, I have a lot of frozen stuff. When the freezer is empty, I'll buy new stuff. But I'm doing this with clothes as well, and I'm trying to. I love hearing coyotes. Um, I try to. Sometimes it's nice to buy something even if you don't need it, but I like the idea of buying when I need. Is National Geographic in your yard? That's amazing, Kathleen. You know, it makes me feel in this world these days where, first of all, everything is so expensive. People are really struggling. Um, it makes me really feel conscious of how and where and when I spend my money and what I do with the things that I buy. So, yeah, I like the idea of emptying the fridge of the produce and then buying. We have coyotes, too many for my liking. A previous dog of mine had a tozo with one. Tozo? That's how you pronounce it? Mother, I love your seafood diet. Paul. Hi. It's hilarious. Hi, Chris. Lou, I thought of you when I got a raccoon oracle. Now, when I do bell peppers like this, I really like the crunch. I'm not doing a peperonata, so it's not like a long stew. I'm also going to salt. Um, this salt is a luxury for me. When I just sprinkle some, this is a luxury for me, not an ad at all, by the way. Never an ad. You know that. I don't have to tell you. Love that salt then. I lowered the heat a tiny bit because something is not burning. Not burning, just browning a little more than I wanted to. And now I'm going to add some water. It's always nice to kind of have a deglazing or wine. Well, let's deglaze with some wine and then add water. The wine does a little bit what the lemon and the lime do. They give that they give that adjustment of acidity that is, I think, always needed. I'm going to add some water. I'm curious to see how long it's going to take for the beans to cook. Let's let it be for a little bit. Now, let me see. I want to see your messages. Why can't I see your messages here? My rescue kitty is an indoor cat. She can go out on deck but won't jump. I was in a Ruidoso a couple of weeks. What is Ruidoso? A couple of weeks ago. They have horses. I'm so vain that I see my skin full of stains. Can I tell you? So I'm finishing up this peel. And so as I was reading your message, I was like, oh my God, my skin is. And instead of looking at your messages, I was looking at my skin. Sweet. The truth. They have wild horses that go all around town. I love seeing those foals. So sweet, I bet. Whenever I go to the store, I buy a few extra items for the little free pantry a couple of blocks from the house. We have so many new immigrants in my neighborhood who really need the food. They can help themselves from the pantry, no questions asked. We do that too, Catherine. It's really a beautiful thing. I love it. Ruidoso, New Mexico. I'm so attracted by New Mexico. Mocha was a rescue. So was my Siamese. She never goes out. My friend volunteers at local food pantry, and the funding cuts really hit hard. So many really relying on that pantry. Every time I watch you cook, Alice, I envy your gas stove. My cat knows where the good life is. If it gets out, it comes right back. Hi, Eileen. Has anyone seen the man on Instagram who plays guitar and sings to all different animals and they come up to him? No. No, I haven't. Same, Paul. Wish I had that gas stove. That was a big dream of mine to have it. Yeah. I was about to say I wish I had the one with the thing in the middle, but no, I don't, because I would have never used it. Doesn't kind of like there's an animal in my yard. It's weird. Hi, Bill. Hello. No. I love the singing guy. I was trying to see if we'll see if I hear another noise. Let's go out and check. Beth, that is sad to hear. Pantry has had a lot of fresh produce from all the surrounding gardens. I've seen him show. The horse video was sweet. Yes, my second chocolate Siamese rescue kitty. Bill is asking the name of the singing guy. I know I would have for me, they would run for the hills, says Michelle. Let me see now. I want to just check on the beans. I love beans so much that I am mixing the beans. I keep saying mixing, stirred with a spoon. It's different from the one I stirred the bell peppers. Now, I am starting to doubt whether Ben and Catherine will have beans tonight. They're still very hard. We'll see. I used to have a chocolate point, seal point mix. I'm so allergic to cats, you guys. So what are your plans for the week? My week is kind of crazy. I'm going to have lunch with a dear old friend of mine. I'm going to see my doctor for my hip. I'm going to go get my car, recall the car fixed. Brown sugar pork chops with apples, Eileen. Oh, it sounds amazing. What am I going to do? I'm going to do my book club. I'm going to write. I'm going to have to edit one podcast. The one today was tarot cards, but next week we have my friend Tessa Ferrer, amazing actress, and one of the people I love the most on the podcast. We talk about podcasts. Um, sorry, but I hear it mix. Didn't like it. Oh, hi. Sorry. I got so scared. I was like, oh my God, I hear a noise. There's someone in my yard. I keep forgetting that you come at this time. Okay. Good to see you. Just to show you. 1 second, guys. This is I have okay. A few left, so it's okay if I of course. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good night. See, I heard a noise. I got so scared. Um, what else? Okay, so now it's time to taste the bell peppers for my tasting. Has anyone heard from Barbara? Do you remember Barbara? Barbara Beaver's Antique? Hmm. Ha- Add some sugar. Now they need to caramelize a little bit. So I'm gonna let them cook a little bit more, adding some coconut sugar. And then as soon as they absorb all the water, they're gonna caramelize a little bit and then they're gonna be ready. These for me are great with any kind of protein. They're great with, I like them in a sandwich. I like them with goat cheese. So imagine like you have a toast, a piece of nice toast, you spread some goat cheese, and then you top it with this. I think it's fantastic. Um, yeah, you can just eat it as is. I feel like I see Barbara in her antique on Instagram. Okay, because she hasn't been here in a while. And I wanted to make sure that she was okay. And let me see. Mm, yeah, it's been a while. Oh, wait. I've been traveling so much lately. I'm now at home for a full month and I'm so excited. I'm moving furniture around, cleaning through lots of old photos and doing lots of reading and writing. I love that, Catherine. Isn't it Marianne so heartwarming? He has it's very sweet with the animals. So you're talking about the singing guy. Um, let me see. Okay. So yeah, beans are gonna take a long time. And you know what? If they're not ready for Ben and Catherine, Catherine can eat the bell peppers. Ben, I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. Um, yeah, my skin. Okay, so I said I told this to my Wednesday ladies. I did a peel, an acid peel. I have one more session and then it's done. So my skin is kind of peeling and it's all dry and it's all the dark spots are getting darker. So I feel very self conscious. But you know what? This is not a beauty context. It just adds. So, Patricia, how are you doing? I haven't even asked you. And let me know if there's something else you guys want to tell me tonight. Or, oh no, I just touched. See, I just used Ben's spoon. Or we can um, say goodbye and we'll see you tomorrow newsletter. It's going to come out in the morning, I think. And thank you for listening to the podcast. Do you have any canned beans you could use in a pinch? Oh, yeah, you're right. Catholic, of course. Yes. Yes, I can. Yeah, I have lentils and Kathy and Ben both really love lentils. Thank you. Um, Catherine, thank you, Patricia. Um, that's a brilliant idea. If you had the pressure cooker, the beans would have been yes, and that's actually when I saw the beans, that's what I saw. I'm gonna use the pressure cooker. And then I looked and looked and looked. Couldn't find it, and then I realized that it had broken. See what I like at this point, I'm gonna give it a second tasting. Um, is when it starts to Rice, Bill. Yes, absolutely. Mm. Okay, the sugar made a huge difference. Sugar, coconut sugar, just a pinch. And these are basically ready. It removed all that acidity. Chili flakes, yeah, rice. And okay, Michelle, I love you. Say hi to your husband. And so yeah, I love you guys. It's been a short thing, but you want to leave before the collapse. Good night, you guys. I love you. See you next Monday. Good night. Love you.